Mr. I have two cloture motions, and
Majority
then I'll give
Leader.
a brief statement about the upcoming. Do the statement first. Okay. Well, Mr. President, it's been a busy and productive work period in the Senate. First, the good news is that we have kept the government open. It took some work, especially when the Senate rules lend themselves to delay and obstruction. Still, I thank Senators Leahy and Shelby, as well as Leader McConnell, for helping us get this done. To have allowed the government to close would have caused undue hardship for millions of blameless Americans. We've gotten other things done, too, in this work period. We passed forced arbitration reform, made progress to fix our post office, and confirmed more of the President's nominees. Next section, we're picking up right where we left off to pass postal reform so we can send it to the President's desk. I've also taken the first procedural step for the Senate to consider the Women's Health Protection Act. Across the country, the assault on women's health care has intensified to levels not seen in decades. So the Senate is going to vote when we return on February 28th to take action. Democrats will also continue focusing on lower costs for everyday Americans, including by taking aim at the costs of insulin. It is just preposterous, beyond preposterous, that Americans with diabetes sometimes pay more than $600 just for a 40-day supply of insulin. So my colleague, Senator Warnock, has introduced legislation that will cap insulin costs to just $35 a month. There's enormous interest in our caucus to pursue this proposal, so it will be a priority for Democrats in the weeks ahead. This has long been a bipartisan issue, as many as 20 states across the country, many with Republican legislatures and governors, have passed state-level insulin caps. There is no reason this shouldn't be bipartisan in this body, and I invite my Republican colleagues to join us in this effort. Now, on our cloture motions.
Read this first.
I ask unanimous consent the Senate proceed to legislative session and be in a period of morning business with senators permitted to speak for up to 10 minutes each.
Without objection.
Mr. President, I move to proceed to Calendar 139, H.R. 3755.
Clerk will report.
Motion to proceed to Calendar 139, H.R. 3755, an act to protect a person's ability to determine whether to continue or end a pregnancy, and so forth.
I send a cloture motion to the desk.
Clerk will report.
Cloture motion. We, the undersigned senators, in accordance with the provisions of Rule 22 of the Standing Rules of the Senate, do hereby move to bring to a close the debate on the motion to proceed to calendar number 139, H.R. 3755, an act to protect a person's ability to determine whether to continue or end a pregnancy and to protect a health care provider's ability to provide abortion services, signed by 18 senators as follows.
I ask consent the reading of the names be waived.
Without objection.
I withdraw the motion to proceed.
The Senator has that right. Motion is withdrawn.
I move to proceed to Calendar 273, H.R. 3076.
Clerk will report.
Motion to proceed to Calendar number 273, H.R. 3076, an act to provide stability to and enhance the services of the United States Postal Service and for other purposes.
I send a cloture motion to the desk.
Clerk will report.
Cloture motion. We, the undersigned senators, in accordance with the provisions of Rule 22 of the Standing Rules of the Senate, do hereby move to bring to a close the debate on the motion to proceed to calendar number 273, H.R. 3076, an act to provide stability to and enhance the services of the United States Postal Service and for other purposes, signed by 17 senators as follows.
I ask consent the reading of the names
Without
be waived.
objection.
Finally, I ask unanimous consent that the mandatory quorum calls for the cloture motions filed today, Feb. 17, be waived.
Without objection.
Mr. President, thank you all for your help. And I note the absence of a quorum.
Clerk will call the roll.
Ms. Baldwin.